Thank you, Michelle, for the introduction. Sorry, thank you, Angie, for the introduction. Very kind of you. Anyway, assalamu alaikum and good morning to everyone, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished faculty members, and esteemed students of Masa Avenue International College. It's an absolute pleasure to stand before you today as a representative of RSG ESports and address such a dynamic and talented audience. As a business development manager at RSG ESports, I'm honored to share my thoughts and to discuss a topic that's very close to my heart. Interprofessional education and esports, transforming your passion into profession, as you can see. I believe that the future belongs to those who combine their passion with their professions. And the world of esports provides an exceptional opportunity to do just that. Before we delve deeper into the exciting possibilities of a collaboration between RSG and MAIC, let us first dispel a common misconception about esports. When we talk about esports, the first image that comes to mind is often a professional player, the ones who showcase their skills, entertain millions around the world. However, it's essential. Undoubtedly, these players deserve our admiration, respect for their dedication and achievement. However, it is essential to recognize that the esports industry is not limited to professional players alone. It is a dynamic and multifaceted ecosystem that incorporates a wide range of vital roles, including finance, law, marketing, event management, and many others that contribute to its development, growth, and success. Today, I want to broaden your understanding on esports and shed some light on the diverse opportunity it offers beyond playing the game. While professional players may steal the spotlight, it is a collective effort of various professionals that allows the industry to flourish. From finance expert who manage sponsorship deals and investment to legal professionals who navigate the intricacies of contract and intellectual property right. Marketing professionals play a pivotal role in building brands, engaging with audience, and creating captivating campaigns. Content creators bringing the magic of esports to life through videos, articles, and social media. Event managers organize tournaments, ensuring smooth operations and unforgettable experience for fans. They also require technical experts who can ensure smooth operations and broadcast high-quality streams to millions of viewers worldwide. Every sector plays an integral part in the development of the esports ecosystem. These are just a few examples of many interprofessional opportunities that exist in the esports industry. At RSG Esports, we firmly believe in the potential of esports as a viable career option and an avenue for personal and professional growth. It is not just about playing games. It is about embracing a passion and transforming it into a fulfilling and sustainable future. This is why RSG Esports is developing a plan collaborating with MAIC to push an agenda to interprofessional education in esports. Together we aim to create a platform where gamers can explore their passion and hobby of gaming while gaining valuable knowledge and furthering their education. Imagine a future where gaming ability becomes an asset that opens doors to higher education and career opportunities. MAIC recognizes your potential and they are committed to assisting your education and flourishing your aspirations. Through this collaboration with RSG Esports, MAIC intends to provide a holistic approach to esports education, combining academic excellence with practical industry experience. This collaboration will create a unique environment where you can develop skills necessary to thrive in the esports industry while pursuing your academic goals. Our partnership with MAIC is not merely symbolic. We genuinely believe in the potential of aspiring students who are passionate about gaming and wish to explore career opportunities within the esports industry. MAIC shares this vision, and we are committed to assisting in the education and flourishing of these talented individuals. We envision a world where gamers can proudly say I am an esports professional. It is a world where passion meets profession, where your gaming skills become the stepping stones into a successful career. By embracing interprofessional education, we are breaking down the barriers that have limited the perception of esports and unleashing its full potential. Through this collaboration, MAIC will offer specialized programs and courses designed to equip students with the skills and knowledge necessary to thrive in the various esports-related professions. MAIC will provide the tools and guidance to turn your passion for gaming into a successful career. Additionally, we recognize the educational values of gaming itself. The cognitive and problem-solving skills developed through game can be applied to other aspects of life, including academic pursuits. MAIC acknowledges the potential of gamers and their unique abilities. We are dedicated to harnessing this potential to further their education and overall growth. In conclusion, dear students, I implore you to consider the vast opportunities that lie within the esports industry beyond being a professional player. The world of esports is not limited to the gaming screens and flashy tournaments you witness. Open your minds to the possibility in finance, law, marketing, event management, content creation, and various other domains. Embrace your passion and turn it into a profession. It is a thriving industry that offers endless opportunities for those with a diverse interest and skill set. Know that RSG Esports and MAIC are here to support you on this journey, to provide the knowledge, guidance you need to succeed and create a platform where your passion of gaming can intertwine with your academic and professional aspirations. Embrace your passion, pursue your dreams, and remember that success in the esports industry requires more than just exceptional gaming skills. It demands a collaborative effort, form of professional in various fields, and we are here to support you in every step of the way. Together, let's embark on the path that not only transforms lives, but also reshapes the way society perceives esports. Embrace interprofessional education and let your gaming ability become the catalyst for the brighter future. Thank you, MAIC, for your commitment and belief in the potential of esports. Let's reshape the future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Najeem. And now I would like to invite you to sit on the hot chair, the high chair that we've prepared for you.
Thank you.
And there's going to be a very short, but yet I hope it is insightful forum that relates to the esports issues. I'm not sure if there is any issues in the eyes of parents. If the students or their children get involved into esports too much, will that develop into an addiction? So let's find out. And I hope I don't fall. Okay, I hope that we get to take away one or two things. All right. So Mr. Najeem, and I understand that RSG is actually one of the biggest esports organization in the Southeast Asia, right?
Yes.
So what is the criteria for you to select a qualified esports player?
Well, a better person to answer this would be my esports manager, but I'll do my best. So just to share a little bit, it's very similar to how you would select an athlete of any other traditional sports.
Right.
So, and I started to see and learn this myself as I go day by day. So we would see how these players play as a team. We would see how they play in their specific roles in the game. However, just a quick question. Does anyone here, can I see a raise of hands who plays MLBB? Mobile Legend, just 2, 3, okay? Everyone? All right, so you understand, so you don't play it?
I play Diablo to impress my ex-boyfriend. You know how old I am already.
No, so in MLBB, if you play, there are roles and you have to work as a team of 5s. So we see how each person performs, how they communicate with each other, and how they actually have teamwork together. So from there, we try to formulate a dream team, and hopefully they will be able to succeed and win the championships or MPL of the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the main things for you to join as the esports player is that you need to have strong team spirit, to be
communication, yes.
And communication, to know how to strategize the steps and the moves That's what I know lah.
I mean,
right?
besides the obvious of obviously being a good player, I mean, yes, you have to know every role. You have to be good. You can't play football if you don't know how to kick the ball properly, right? So yes, you need to know how to play, but it is how you work with the other members in your team that's also very key. It is how you actually communicate with each other, and it's how you guys bond when you're not playing games.
Right.
So yeah,
Is language a barrier?
if you hello, oh wait,
Cannot.
it died.
Die already.
Yeah.
Use mine.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Well, it's not a barrier because funny enough, when I heard them after one of our wins at the last MPL season, when I was driving them home and when they were talking to each other, I did not know what they were talking about.
The games.
but the games and the communicate, but they themselves knew what they were talking about with each other. So if you're talking about language between us and them, there is, but between them themselves, there is not. I think they understand the lingo, they understand the language that they speak with each other, they understand what they're talking about. So not really, no.
So I expect that. I think my sound is loud, right? Okay. Well, I expect that actually language is not a barrier, and it also helps them to maintain or create and maintain a good friendship,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Is gender an issue
No, gender has never been an issue.
in esports games?
Yeah, no.
So their ability, we have some female players here, right? So their abilities in playing games has no, how to say, there's no difference in terms of gender.
This question has been asked to me before, and I like to say again, there is no biasness or obstacles or anything that would make a difference in gender. Everyone is the same on the playing fields, and whoever puts in the most time and whoever is puts in the most effort in the game is the better player. There's no gender-specific roles. So, yeah.
Right. Good to know. And I think my next question is that because as an academic, we always come across certain researchers saying that if a child play too much online games, in the past which was online games, mobile games was not developed, and they will become more violent, and they will become it will trigger them to actually be a violent person, and hence, like for example in the US there's like mass shooting, right? You cannot differentiate between fantasy and real life anymore. So does it actually affect a person's or child's development when they are so into playing online games, or in this case mobile games?
So this question has been asked many times and it's been answered by many professionals, and it's been debunked. There's no correlations between the two, and the reason why we see this in the news is because it, just like what the news is for, it perpetuates this hysteria.
Right.
But the truth, the facts is farther from the truth. The real thing is, addiction is not from the game. It's more of the individual's circumstance or environment. Gaming is just an outlet that they have to release themselves because they are unable to do so elsewhere in society. So it's not that, it's because you play shooting games that you become violent. I mean, if that was the case, then every rugby player would be running around and tackling everyone you see in public. So it's not the sports, it's not the game. It's the person's issues and the life that they go through that we wouldn't know about, but the game has nothing to do about it. I like to use this example, like, people say like, he plays games all day, he's addicted. Then I would ask them like, if your child wakes up 6 a.m. in the morning, and then he goes to, he jogs, and then he goes to the gym, and then he plays basketball, he plays football, and then he watches sports, and then he reads about, would you call him an addict? It's like, no, I'll call him motivated. It's like, okay, what's different with a person that plays video games? That individual has passion in the game. That individual is putting his time and effort. And you, as an adult or a parent, you saying like you're wasting your time, it's not actually flourishing or helping him or nurturing his growth. If anything, you're actually making it harder. You're questioning his or her ability to somewhat regulate that thought process. Like, I like doing this, but my parents is telling me it's a waste of time. So who is right? When I do this, I enjoy. I make friends online. I meet great people. I learn about teamwork. I learn critical thinking. I learn problem solving. But for some reason, the adults are telling me like I'm wasting my time. I should be outside to play. But not everyone likes to be outside to play sports, right? So
That's right.
yeah, so it's again, it comes to the balance, but kids or children will do what they like to do, and as adults, whether we're adults or parents, we should always support, nurture them, and guide them. Because I also use another example, like if you have kids that play basketball or football with no coach, they're just kicking and throwing a ball around. There's no sense of direction.
right,
It's
that's
the
right.
same.
Right.
So the same applies to games.
Right.
Exactly.
I couldn't agree more. Reason being is because I used to be a gamer, as I know long time ago. Super Mario also counted, right?
Yes, all games are counted.
Yeah, strange enough, the children these days, they don't know how to play Super Mario. But those complicated games, yes, they do. So I totally agree that, if you don't see playing online games as a bad habit, if you don't see playing online game is a waste of time, instead it is actually a tool to develop students or develop the children's thinking or critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, and also character building, right? Then it is something very positive and something at least they don't do something else that is against the law. So playing online games certainly is not against the law. But I do understand from the parents' point of view that they are worried that the students or children, they are too addictive, or not too addictive, get too much involved into it that they forget about their assignments, their work, and they just stay at home all time just to play games. So I think what we need here as a parent to remember is to cultivate moderation.
Yes.
Yeah, everything we have to be moderated, and we make sure that the time that they spend, we allocate time for them to play, when we allocate time for them to study, perhaps, right?
Couldn't agree more. It's exactly true. I mean, it's about the balance, obviously, but at the same time, it's also instilling values within that child to say, like, oh, it's so good you have this passion. I want you to keep doing it. I will support you no matter what. But at the same time, you should also pick up maybe this, or you should also have this habit, but not stopping you from what you're already doing. Just pick up new things. You need to learn how to balance things out. That's it. But to say like, oh, you're doing too much of this, it's like you wouldn't, if a child was reading a book, you wouldn't say like, oh, you're reading too much books.
Yes.
You wouldn't. You'd be like, oh, but reading too much books is not good. You need to socialize as well. You need to go out, you need to present yourself, you need to be able to talk. So just reading books is part. So that's where the balance comes in. So it's exactly as you said, but it's a very thin line, and it's very hard for most people to grasp, because again, parents are also people, and as much as they love their kids, they also have other responsibilities and duties which they need to attend to, and they also go through. So again, like as children, we need to respect and take and trust our parents' instructions, but as parents, we also need to
Listen to them.
listen to the kids and also understand what's the best approach to do so to moving forward. That is my opinion. Yeah.
That's very good, because I think not only the students or the children need to know how to play games, maybe the parents, before stopping them or banning them from joining the games, they should also understand what kind of good things or benefits that they can actually learn from there.
Yeah, I would also tell parents to actually participate in that game with the
I
child.
tried, but I couldn't.
You should. I mean, imagine as an adult and your child's always playing games, but imagine if you were someone that participated in that game with him, that valuable and precious bonding time that you have, and also for the child itself, he would have this memory like, oh, my mom and my dad always play games with me. Like when they come home from work, they'll play 1 or 2 FIFA games, or they'll play 1 or 2 MLBB games with me. Like even though you lose, but it's you're building that memory. You're taking the opportunity instead of saying like, hey, why are you playing games? Let's go out, let's do something. It's like, no, just play with him.
Yes.
Play with him or her. That's what they like to do.
Yes.
So enjoy the game and use the opportunity to actually develop that relationship you have.
Yeah.
So I would say that. Yeah.
I think one of the things that I would like to really share is that when my son play FIFA games, I realize he knows more countries than me. There are so many countries in the world that I don't even know the name, but he managed to.
Yeah. That's a great example because yes, I have a lot of friends who literally they can name every flag in the like almost every sovereign flag out there, which
The
is
logo.
amazing. And the logo, and because it's like, oh, how do you know this? I was like, I play FIFA all the time.
Yeah,
Okay, wow.
yeah.
You know, you actually because most people can't name even 5 flags. Do you know what I mean? It's not a common knowledge nowadays.
I know the
Right?
Malaysia flag.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, right. So let's talk about the future. So since that we have cleared some of the myth on playing too much of esports games or whatnot, but what is the future here? So if I have gamers, some of them are gamers here. They are coming here to play the battle arena. So what are the things that they can consider if they are involved? They would like to involve esports into their profession one day.
Well, okay. Besides being a part of the community, yes, everything I mentioned earlier, it is quite useful. I wouldn't say important. I would say it's useful to have added skill sets that somewhat collaborate with the whole esports industry on its own. Uh, Being a good player is literally one aspect of the whole industry. But if you can bring in like, oh, you also know coding, or you also know computer science, or accounting, or there is such thing as esports player immigration law. You know, there is such thing as what do they call it? It's an esports finance term which also I didn't know existed until my finance and HR told me about it. I'm like, wow, okay, so there are these aspects that you need to know. So having on top of your gaming hobbies and wants, right? Having an actual professional skill sets would actually put you above the rest and give you a competitive advantage, right? So I would say, please do continue your hobbies. Please do continue your passion in gaming. I don't stop playing games. I've never told people to stop playing games, but at the same time, I remind them like, please do also have another skill set that could be applied. If it's not something entirely different, you can also have something that intertwines with what you do. A fun example I like to use sometimes, which I just learned, the owner and founder of Shopee was an individual that used to spend more than half his day playing Dota growing up. Like majority of his times was playing CC. And okay, please don't use this as an excuse like, oh, I'll go to the cyber cafe and I become a billionaire. But I'm just saying is that's like it's an individual, someone that he when he plays the game, he's a part of the community. He sees the problem. He knows the market, right? And slowly he put it within himself to somewhat learn how to solve these problems. How do I create something that fits the market or community that I'm in, right? Instead of just, oh, every day I'm just going to play Dota, every day I'm just going to play games. It's just like, no, utilize it. Don't waste your talent. Like if you know how to kick a ball very well, but you don't join a team or play football, then that skill is kind of pointless, wasted, you know. So try to utilize your skills and try to add more that benefits you besides just playing games. So that's what I was saying.
Then that's very important for us to know that we can diversify and transfer whatever skills that we acquire in our studies into something that we like. Because these days, right, a lot of people want to be entrepreneur. They want to go for a small startup, for example. A lot of them, even though they already have a professional job, but when they resign or quit their job and come out, right, you will realize that, hey, I'm actually under computer science, but end up when I come up to be an entrepreneur, I'm a baker, or I want to open a small souvenir shop or something like that. So because their passion will drive them go longer or into the journey, I believe.
Totally agree.
Right?
Yes.
So I think my next question is winning important in esports games? Is it all about winning?
Yeah. Personally, it's not okay. It's not all about winning, but winning kind of makes it more fun and makes it worthwhile.
Like a goal that you
Like
need.
a goal, obviously, because when you start something and you want to be great at it, you have to somewhat prove yourself. And how you prove yourself is you have to win with whoever else is competing with you. So winning is a vital part of esports, sure, but it's not all, right? I
Right.
think the whole thing, winning would be like the cherry on top of the
Right,
cake.
right.
Winning is just like, oh, cool, we won, nice, like we're the best this year. But the whole ecosystem is like it's very competitive. So that's why winning kind of makes it worthwhile. It's like, oh, we actually won this year compared to all the other great players that are also playing. But what's important is really the community, because the esports community is as big as it is. Actually, it's very underrated in most parts of the world because a lot of people do not actually see the potentials nor nurture it from young. Like if like the example I said, if you when you grow up you see your kid like, oh, he's so good at throwing a basketball or he's so good kicking, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to send him to football academies. He's going to have coaches and gym and
Yeah.
workout, all this. And I'm like, okay, but when a kid's playing games and just enjoys playing games and he's got his movement, his hand-eye coordination is so quick, you're like, why are you wasting your time? Why
Yes.
you should have that same feeling of wanting to support and push.
Right.
So it's a battle between these two, and trying to overcome it is something that we look forward to.
Yes.
But it's more about the education and letting people know it's like it's not what we've been thinking all this while.
Yeah.
There's another approach to it, and that's actually it's beneficial than you think.
Yes.
So that's a
Definitely. It's the misconceptions and the fallacy that we always have about online games and about esports in this case. All right, okay. I think I'm good with all the questions, and I'll continue supporting whoever that would like to play games. But remember, you have assignment deadlines and presentation to do as well, right? So time management is very important in this case. I believe that if we let our parents understand what we are doing and we are not wasting our time doing nothing, or we are not doing this and skip all the sleeps that we need, I think we are good, right? So like what Mr. Najeem mentioned just now, winning is not everything in esports, but it is good to set that as a goal to achieve. And if you do not achieve this time, we can not to give up and continue the next round. The good thing about playing games is there is always a second round. There's always a second time, not like doing events. You cannot redo an event and expect the whole event is the same thing. It's just like how we play games. It will always give you different set of experience, different set of ideas as well. And we can continue playing until we are happy with the outcome, or even we want to aim higher. All right, so I would like to open the floor before we end the sessions. Do you have any questions for Mr. Najeem about your passion in esports or anything related to esports? Anyone? Any questions? No questions? They cannot wait to play the games. Some of them, they are like, I just want to win. Yes. Come.
You don't have to.
Boleh cakap pasal lagi?
Boleh.
Tak apa, ya boleh.
Okay, macam LSG ni kan tim yang buat MPL tim kan.
Ya.
So untuk qualify MPL, apa yang kita perlu stand by?
Macam as a player lah, sebagai player. That's a good question.
Alright, thank you very much.
Biasanya all the teams yang dah dalam MPL kan, diorang dah ada ranking. And most of the most of the players yang play on a professional level semua dah ada ranking dah. So biasanya to establish a team, you have to bring in, nak bawa that dream team together, but you also have to create that institution to support this team. So macam teams like Toda or teams like Homeboys or RSG, they created the platform nak bagi budak-budak ni chance to play. So if your question is like macam mana you nak masuk, like is it like that? How do I say this? Not to say it's impossible, tapi dia susah sikit. It's like I cakap macam mana I nak masuk Man City. Kita main football every day, but like, how do I get into Man City? So it's a lot of practice is satu lah, obviously. Getting better at the game is dua, and opportunity plays a role. So sometimes team macam ni buka opportunities for amateur players to try out and to see, but usually lah, diorang tengok ranking dah, diorang tengok pemain yang dah dalam the industry, yang dah ada experience in tournament, and then they'll look from there. So they tengok gameplay lah. It's very similar to football or any other sports. So it's how you position yourself lah nanti. Kalau you betul-betul nak go for this,
you really have to, tournaments is one thing lah, just kena menang. Because that's why winning is important, is because it will attract attention towards you. Like, oh, selalu whatever game yang tournament you pergi main, you menang. Lama-lama RSG, Toda, Homeboy, people be like, who is this person yang tengah menang ni? Like then, try, like, why don't you play with our team? Try, see how you play as a team. So that's how you win. It's simple answer your question, menang lah. You have to win tournaments, and then you have to get that attraction. But the potential is there. Tapi I'll tell you now, and not trying to put you down, tapi it is difficult, yes. Because you tahu lah, all these other players macam Ripo, Izanami, diorang main game as long as lagi banyak daripada I kerja kat office tau. I masuk office, I buat kerja I pergi meeting, I buat ni. But as I'm doing all of that, they are just playing the game. They are just analysing the game. They are just playing as a team. Diorang discuss game, main lagi. Diorang tengok other players that play. They improve, they talk to each other. So, and I dah habis kerja, I balik rumah, I tengok TV, diorang still at the office, and they still, malam-malam diorang main script. Malam-malam dia macam play together. So, there's a lot of hours that these people are letak into it tau. So, not to say that you tak boleh, but you just have to understand that you are competing with people that put every minute and every hour of their day to becoming better at this game. So if you want to be there, you have to put yourself in that position. You have to sacrifice and put the time. So that's what I would say to it.
Yeah, I think what Mr. Najeem is trying to say is that time management again, and secondly is that you need to know and plan ahead what is it that you want to reach, right? All right, any other questions?
Good question, Madam. Thank you.
I think he has a lot in his mind while thinking like, should I ask or should I not ask? Just ask. There's no stupid question at all, right? We are all learning. I also learned a lot today. So is there any questions? Any other questions? All right. Okay, so if there's no questions, I would like to conclude the session. Thank you so much, Mr. Najeem, for spending your time here with us. Right? Okay, so I believe there are more occasions for you to drop by in the future to enhance our students' esports passion. And like what Mr. Najeem shared just now, we are actually in collaboration with RSG, and some exciting news is coming up very, very soon. All right, so thank you so much, Mr. Najeem. Can we please have a group photo? Come.
Group photo.